Welcome, fight fans,
to the Fighters Boys Kick-Ass Podcast.
Your Fight Talk Authority.
Not to mention the most entertaining and talked about podcast with your kick-ass host, Richard ORTIZ.
You mad? Come at me, bro.
I'm still new to it.
His loyal kick-ass co-host, Senor Cole ESCOVEDO.
Streaming live and worldwide.
Coming to you all the way live from a little place somewhere in Cali. The Fighters Boys
Kick-Ass Podcast.
Fresno, California, we're live here in Matt Production Studios, the fighter's voice, the only voice that matters. We're simply knocking out the competition. We are the Kick-Ass Podcast. Let me remind you, there's a lot of podcast shows out there, but we're the one kicking everybody in the ass. And I can't go anywhere without my co-host with the most, the UFC veteran, the Apache Kid himself. That's Mr. Cole ESCOVEDO. We got a great show for you tonight. We're going to be talking about a big event taking over the Save Mart Center this Friday, and also a big event taking over the 209 in Stockton, California. So much to recap, so much to talk about. We only got 1 hour and we're already wasting time. Today's guest needs no introduction. He is the Senior Vice President of Combate Americas MMA. I mean, if I was to read his resume, it would take up the whole hour itself. Right. But enough said, my man, Mr. MIKE AFROMOWITZ. Welcome to the show, my man. How we doing?
Good. It's good to be back. It feels like we were, we were here in February, and it went by very quickly.
It did go by. It did go by. Hey, check him out, Cole. You notice when he walks in with that slick soccer jersey, man?
Mm-hmm. We were talking about that when he came in, man.
Testing it out.
I know. And
Fresno is a test market.
But you know what I noticed? He only brought one with him, man. One.
Well, that's why I said I'm
just
testing it out. We haven't made them.
Just one.
If you if it has the approval of the market, then we're gonna make them.
Hey, it's badass. It's nice.
I guarantee you there's a market in the Central Valley for fighting and soccer.
Hey, this is Fresno, Madera, and Bakersfield. A lot of Mexicanos play soccer. And they rock the soccer jerseys. Yes, exactly. JC Llamas, yeah. Talking about him, we were talking about him off camera, and I was telling Cole, this guy is a hustler. He is a grinder. I mean, from fighting to making his own food, meal prep, to a CD, music, rapping, yes. And he just has that swag to him. Yeah, and he just has that swag to him.
Nice.
Yeah,
he runs his own gym.
And he's a break dancer.
Well, yeah, I would imagine with the other musical talents he has, that makes sense.
Yeah, and he knows how to get under people's skin and really get them, not.
So you got like the foam walls and everything.
Well, he knows how to push people's buttons. He was, very, the most, and I think the only hated individual on our TV show, on the reality show.
Yeah. You gotta have at least one guy to play that role.
And when did that show take place? And if they missed it, where can they catch it?
So, now. You can see certain episodes on our YouTube channel, but it aired originally in 2014 when we first started this as a reality show on Mundos, which is now NBC Universal.
Any chance of you guys taking it back and maybe one coming out in 2019, 2020?
It would be too soon for 2019 because it takes, there's a production process. But look, if somebody, if we get the order for it, sure.
If they do, I got to throw two names at you that are prime candidates. We got to make sure that we try to get Jose Avalos on there. And also Big Al Gonzalez.
Yeah,
he is so made for it. He 100%. Has a story to tell. Yeah. He is a ticket seller. Yeah. He is a likable guy, and I told him that he has a future not just in the cage but outside of the cage. You got to hear his testimony and his story. He can touch lives and change lives with what he's been through.
We had a fighter like him. What's interesting is we had a fighter like him on the reality series. A guy you may have seen. We call him the Hispanic Kimbo Slice, Level Martinez.
Oh, okay.
You probably saw him. He was from the underground, the backyard brawling. From that series.
Probably in one of those videos. Yeah, Masvidal was, dude. He was like 19 or something.
Yeah,
he was young as shit in those videos.
Level's like my age now, so he's even a couple of years older, so he's not fighting anymore. Yeah, but his last run was in our reality series. And he has a similar story. He was shot. Gang member, and he came out of it. Luckily for him, and martial arts really turned his life around, similar to Big Al. Big Al's a younger version of him.
Yeah, and I'll let Al tell a story, but there was one, and I'll take one quote from him. He said, "I got 7 siblings, man, and they're looking up to me, so it was time to change." And now I'm a positive person, and he thanks God every day, and he's out there. I mean, how can you not root for him? I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, no, he's got a hopefully, he stays on this path, and he's got a good career ahead of him. He's very talented. People were talking about his last fight. It wasn't a win, but the way he fought it out was really, it was inspiring. So
he didn't give up. He didn't give up. He fought to the bell rang.
Well, I'll tell you, I would put him in a TV show if we start.
Absolutely.
If we produce another one.
Okay.
He's earned it, the hard way.
I mean, there's a lot of potential just behind the concept. Like, you don't even have to say, we're doing the show on this date. I mean, this goes right up there with my cool game show board idea for your tournament structure.
It does.
But it's you set it up with just small tournaments that lead up to basically like the old school, just you want to get in, you fight your way in kind of concept. You can build a lot of promotion ahead of that leading up to it, and then you could announce a date or whatever. Staff will give you.
Cole, you need to be on that panel when they're interviewing all the candidates for that show. And you need to stop and say, hold on a second. I heard enough. We need to get this freaking dude on the show. Mike, trust me, get this guy. He's a badass, or he's that guy that's going to poke at people that everybody wants to beat the crap out of.
That's the thing is there's going to be like 50 of those guys, or 100 of those guys. The hard part is, you all want to push each other's fucking buttons. We need what guys like Mike look for is what's your story.
But you need to see through those guys and see the big picture and say, okay, these guys are all fronting, but I know this guy, when he wins all of the storm, when the storm passes by, he's going to be the one standing.
Sure.
And he'll grow up, it comes maturity, but he actually has an art form for the sport.
What was the analogy you made to the board game?
Oh, I was just saying it's one of those fun ideas. It's something different that builds
Was
entertainment
it spin the bottle?
value.
What are you talking about?
No, it was that. Remember that one we were looking at? We were looking at like Bloodsport one day.
Oh, yeah.
But that was a long time ago when we talked about that. But no, it's the concept of an entertainment section that says when you're going to do the show, you have a lot of potential to build up promotion and entertainment value behind it by, I guess, almost like picking your horse at the beginning. You announce that you're going to lead up to the house. So not only can you watch and try to pick your horses from the beginning, but you just follow them all the way up to the house.
Yeah, you're creating a storytelling.
Yeah, you're creating storytelling, following, fan base for each individual. You're kind of, I mean, I won't say anything, but you're doing something that somebody else isn't doing yet. And the concept of, remember, get on the show, come fight for us, get in the house, look at the amount of exposure we're going to give you. We're going to build you up and build you a fan base from go. We're not just going to wait until you're here already where you can make us a lot of fucking money, right? Because you're the next Conor fucking McGregor and we got you. But no, it's we're going to start here. We're going to invest in you now. I mean, at the end of the day, it's because we're probably going to fucking own you for a while, but... That's
brand
just business.
Man.
That's business.
Right.
You're protecting your product.
Then you get to brand them.
Exactly. But you get to build them up and you get to say, look, we're going to start you off with a fan base. We're going to start you off because these events are going to be televised. These specific events are going to be televised. Kind of like that's how we're going to build your exposure.
Man,
your fan base from
it's
the
playing
go.
Monopoly with people, man.
And because you're locking up all the future fighters.
And that's okay because everybody wants boardwalk.
Yeah, but that's how you build them, but they build your brand by doing that.
You want to put the hotels on there.
That's right.
And some people, they don't even want to put the houses first. They want to go straight to the hotels.
Shortcut.
Everybody's life, they want it microwaved. I want it right now.
Instant gratification.
Mike, how many ideas do you get thrown at you daily, weekly? And when's that one that just hits you and says, you know what, that's not a bad idea?
Well, I mean, a lot of it is
right
trying
now
to come out. You trademark that, but a lot of it is you try to ideate and come up with these yourself, and sometimes someone brings you something that it's really aligned with what the product or the brand you're trying to build. In this case, it was Campbell's idea to come up with something that would serve the Hispanic demo that was authentic. So. Being a New Yorker who grew up in a big Hispanic community,
Boricua.
Boricua. That here it's out west it's more Mexican American, but I got it, and given the background I already had in MMA, I saw where how it was being underserved, and so that's a good example of someone whose idea it was, and he threw it down a ladder to me, and then we built it together. But his idea was, I just throw it right away. I just saw a real need for it, just given my recent experience.
A real untapped market that was just waiting, kind of.
Yeah, or have a house with all women.
Yeah,
kind of like that little theme you had.
Sure. The theme we had?
Yeah, well, for LA,
the fights, Reynos, So that was the all-women's card. Worked great for TV. That was our second highest rated Univision show.
Went really well.
It was, there was some good fights. There was good fights. I would, if we did that again, I would do it in a place like Cancun where we did the original Copa. I think that's a cool setup. with the beach and everything.
Yeah.
And, you know, we got some, you know, the stories you can tell there are really cool. So
Yeah.
I would do it there, Puerto Vallarta.
We have it rough over there, Hunko. We were set up doing the podcast there. We just have it
Cancun?
roughed over there.
You went, if you set up there,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's amazing.
Oh, yeah,
I
no,
mean,
that'd be awesome.
That was where we did the first Copa, so that was awesome. That was
No, I like that idea. And plus, you're not, you really remember, UFC pretty much owns everything outside of you guys, Bellator, and like a sprinkle of farm league shows and anything outside of the States. So to do something like that would be good because you're now giving another platform for all the female fighters that aren't on an Invicta, signed by by Zuffa or whatever the organization is called now, or they're already in the UFC, signed, locked up, sitting on roster. So you'd actually be helping expand that base because now anybody that's on the roster that's been sitting around collecting dust, hasn't got to fight, injured, things like that, just not getting used on the roster as much
Not
as they
only
like.
that, Cole, that's viewership. Now, everybody wants to compete for Combate. Everybody wants their opportunity to go to the island or go inside of the house. And that's branding. I want that new toy. I want that new
be the
car.
first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's smart. You don't lose that way. That's a
No,
great
hell no.
investment, and the turnaround is to the limit.
And it's
Okay,
not
do I go
competing,
here or do
it's
I go there?
creation.
Well, I want to go with them because of, you know what I mean?
But yeah, it's just that.
I know Zoila
branding.
Frasso she's talked very highly of the company. She said, Richard, I'll go on record. I've never, ever been treated as well. And she's been with some other promotional companies as well as Combate Americas.
Good, that's good to hear. You know, when I forgot, you know, she had fought for us in Strike Force, and I forgot when I, you know, actually I think from the beginning I originally thought she would be a good fit for us. You know, so she was one of the fighters that came to mind. So you know, I'm happy we were able to actually do something. And now
she's
try
a
to build
super
her
good
up.
fit for you guys.
Yeah.
You guys got exactly basically what you are paying for, and the product is just delivered every time.
Yeah, I'm
really
excited
good fit.
to see her back. I mean, she's one of the fighters that, you know, I look forward to seeing, you know, in there and fighting. Great personality.
Well, here's the thing. Not only do the men love her, the women love her. They really do.
Yeah.
I mean, she has a following, and she's making good for herself.
Yeah,
she's capitalizing.
absolutely. So, you know, she's one of the fighters that we're building the women's division around now.
Good. Where's she at on the card? Is she the main
event? Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
She's
Because
the
people have
main
been
event.
asking me, and I said, yes. To my knowledge, she is the main event.
Yeah, she's fighting a tough opponent too.
Very tough.
Judo and sambo
very
champion.
tough. So Zola's going to do her best to try to keep it on the ground.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, standing up, rather. I'm sorry, standing up. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, so it should be a good matchup. The girl, you know, she's from San Jose, Costa Rica.
Yeah. And she talked about her opponent too. She talked about her career as well as if I'm in the fight business, so I want to take on all comers. Not like, well, I'm not sure. Or she says, hey, I'm a fighter. I'm going to take them all on.
Yeah. So you know, we found some new talent that could potentially be, you know, great matchup for her. We have on Tahoe, August 23rd. We're debuting a Muay Thai champion, Marilia Fanta.
Okay.
They call her the Tigress, but she's 3-0 in MMA, but she's got, you know, a few dozen Muay Thai fights as a champion there. That could be, you know, a future opponent for Zoila.
Yeah, or even get her sister involved. Her sister's pretty scrappy too. I mean, she goes out there and let her go.
I made the offer.
Oh, you're already on
so
there,
we'll
huh?
see, you know, what they want to do. I don't know if she's leaning to kickboxing. We're going to stay in MMA or what, but I would love to have her fight.
Yeah, you do have to kind of pick a direction if you're going to focus all your time in training because you've got so many different elements in MMA that you don't have in kickboxing that you can adjust your time differently. So yeah, she'd have to make a decision on that. That's a spot.
Speaking of adjust her time, I know I want to see what's your take on Big LeVar Johnson. He has that itch again, man, and he's always telling me, hey, Rich, if you know anybody that wants to get knocked out and they need a fight, man, I mean, let's do this. He said, I want to do it while I can still compete. I'm not going to do it when I can't compete.
He fought in Strike Force too. We brought him up.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. We don't have a lot of heavyweights. I mean, you know, the two biggest are Alberto and Tito, and they're fighting each other. So
I have an idea of what his status is. The most I can say without saying anything that I don't know if I'm supposed to say or not. I've seen certain things posted, so that's fine. But I don't want to speak on anything else.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so
I would just say initials RG.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But I know
Michael, don't talk shit around me. I'm here. Am I not here?
What I'm saying is without stepping on other toes. I think because he is active. He's now going to be active. It's going to be in something else, but it's going to be active. So I think actually he'd be a really good fit for as far as like you want content of story. You want content followers can watch. You want stories people can get behind and stuff. Dude, I'll tell you right now, I'm not, LeVar's his own man, but the guy's got a really, really, really good story. He's gone through a lot in life.
We promoted him. I was at a wedding when I got the news about the shooting. That was crazy. I remember getting the news. So I was at, I was in the middle of a wedding.
You just need 3 more heavyweights, 4-man tournament, right then and there. That's all you need.
You see that side? He was like, oh, I wish.
I might put him against that guy.
Put him against Tito.
It's possible.
He's got a pretty big following that people would watch that.
What about against the guy that knocked out that huge heavyweight from Mexico, Gio Saran?
Anybody you put in front of him.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
you saw
monster.
That guy fighting Stockton?
Big monster, man.
Yeah.
That guy's a monster.
The he's short, but he knocked out the big guy. He was like David and Goliath.
No, he didn't give up. He didn't give up the whole thing.
And he won.
And he brought his daughter's toy in the cage with him. Remember? Remember at the very end? He was getting manhandled at first, but he did not give up. Yeah, actually, that was comeback of the night. I
would like to build him. I think there's a future for him.
Now, I just like when I was talking to him, I said, "Man, you hung in there," and he said, "No." He goes, "I fought this for my daughter. She gave me a toy, and I wasn't going to give up. She's here today."
That's great. When I saw him on the weigh-in stage and he was smiling and laughing, I thought he was going to get. I was like, "This guy's going to get destroyed."
He's a monster, man.
Yeah.
He stuck with it. And the guy was fighting. My God, big dude.
He was 6'7", I think.
Yeah, big dude.
And it always makes me like when I hear stories like when I saw Edgar the other day on UFC, I watched it and I was just like, I don't know, man. I always grew up in fighting. I never.
Well, Penn, he's in a fight again.
Well, I mean in the sense like bringing your kids. Like you'd never catch my kid there. Like it's different for everyone, I guess. Don't get me wrong, but it's just a fact that
was hard to block out. There. How do you block out your own kid?
I mean, anybody. Let me put it to you this way, and this is everyone's their own man.
Yeah.
Everyone has their right to do whatever they want with their kids. If a fighter wants to bring his kids, so be it.
Yeah.
But my entire defense of this is, watch Mark Coleman after one of his Pride losses. Watch after the fight. When his kids get in the ring, just watch their faces
Fedor,
after they just watched Fedor kick the dog shit out of their dad. I mean, kick the dog shit to the board. They were crying.
Who was Mark Coleman's first loss to? Wasn't it Williams, a guy from Lion's Den, one of Shamrock's guys? It was a kick. Remember?
Yeah, it was kick to the face. It was
Williams. Is that his name?
No. It was
I don't remember.
From Lion's Den. He was from Lion's Den.
God, don't kill me. He looked like a chubby Elvis. It was
no.
He had the shoe on. Not Gil Castillo, no. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay. That was his second loss. His first loss was to Maurice Smith.
It was a UFC fight when he walked into
his first loss was to Maurice Smith. That's right, the kickboxer. Yeah, Maurice Smith was bad, bro.
He was, dude, that dude was fucking badass.
Do you remember, oh gosh, dang it. The guy Tyson fought twice. Oh gosh. The guy from Canada. He had the smash. Gosh, darn it. You know what I'm talking about?
Donovan Ruddock.
Razor Ruddock. Okay, didn't Maurice Smith, they kind of look alike.
I don't remember what Donovan Ruddock looked like.
Tall, lanky with them.
Nah, they just had that jawline, man. Just that jaw, man.
Maurice Smith was a badass dude.
Oh, heck yeah.
But those were in the. But like I'm saying is, my whole defense is just watch that interaction and tell me you want your kids to go through that. Like, tell me that.
Yeah,
and that's just the whole thing. Is like they can take them if you want to,
they're not banking on having their kids look like that. They're banking on winning.
Right. I'm sure every one of them thinks that. You have to think that, but at the end of the day, dude,
I know
you're making a very selfish choice to put them in front of something that they don't know they're about to see.
Yeah,
and they may be sitting there screaming, "Stop hitting him!" at 9 years old.
Yeah,
because you wanted them.
What's your take on that, Mike?
I would say the best thing
because you see families come all the time.
Yeah, the best scenario is when like Dulce fought and her daughter was there, but she fell asleep, and so she was only there for before and after because she essentially was sleeping the whole time during the fight. It was great because it was late night, and
so that part
was the best. Yeah. Otherwise, it's probably better. I know. I agree. They should probably stay home if they're young. Depending, it depends on their age and maturity level. It really
13,
varies.
12 up. I mean, you're a parent, go ahead. But like anything younger than that, you're basically just saying, "Hey, sit there and watch Daddy get his brains kicked in." Nah, that's not cool.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
You're a big boxing fan, and Jose Ramirez just won the
Yes,
second
that
bout.
was great. I watched it on DAZN.
Yeah. So what'd you think about that? What was your whole take
Awesome.
on that?
He was exploded in the 6th round.
That left hook.
Yeah,
Dude,
that was great.
I
No, it was
watched
great.
that.
He walked into enemy territory, and that was a breakthrough performance, I think.
That definitely added to his bank account for one.
Yeah.
The biggest payday, and also that's another level up.
Yeah, no, 100%. That was a breakthrough, I think, for him,
Yeah,
and
it was.
that's going to get him to the
He
next
didn't-
level.
He didn't just go out there to win.
You know,
He's
I
like,
invited him to the fight. You're invited. I will put you in the Univision booth, Jose. Okay. I invited. If he wants to go in the booth.
Luis, make sure you get your brother Jose. You got to go through Luis, and you can go through his promoter, but it's okay.
I'm just offering. I
No,
just said he
hey,
could sit in the booth and talk
get in
about
here.
himself and his fight.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
get him in here.
so he could sit. Go on live on Univision. It's broadcast.
shoot,
and,
that'd be a win-win for him.
I'd say he could also do DAZN too, but DAZN we're doing from the studio in Miami, whereas Univision we're on site, so he could sit with Alberto.
Yeah.
But can't think of better company to sit with.
Cole,
than
you go
Andres
sit in that
Ramirez.
booth. You learn Spanish real quick.
You know what's funny is I didn't really know much Spanish, and then I started dealing Mexican poker at work.
Yeah.
And then
You'll learn
I
quickly as
learned
you
real fast,
lose.
but then when
Yeah.
you stop dealing it, then it's dude.
Yeah,
like anything, it's a perishable skill. The ability to understand another language and translate it into yours and be able to speak it, that's a perishable
You
skill,
have
man.
to keep conversing. and
Yeah, that's
hearing
not like
it.
riding
Yeah.
a bike. You can't just
Yeah.
go, oh,
Yeah.
anybody's.
But he speaks perfect, Spanish, so
Why
the
not?
offer's
Oh
there.
no, and
Friday night.
Yeah.
Sit in the Univision booth.
That'd be a great.
Okay, there you are.
Great little.
They are only
Yeah.
on the fighter's
Surf
voice. So
wave
when he
right
takes
there.
that gig, it's because of the fighter's
That's
voice.
right.
That's
Every
right.
fighter has a voice.
That's right, and so does Mike Afromowitz.
Just make sure we tag him in
That's
the
right.
post for the show today.
No,
We'll just tag
definitely.
him so he
Well,
watches
Tito
it.
will be there Friday night. Tito will
Okay,
be there,
speaking of
Alberto,
Tito,
yeah.
I know you see the shirt and stuff,
Oh yeah, look at that,
bro. But here's the thing:
Oh yeah, I didn't.
my favorite fighter of all time.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
is Tito Ortiz.
Yeah, he's a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah.
He was an inspiration when the sport was in its
e-
dark years.
exactly.
He brought it up.
My son and my favorite fighter, whenever he would fight, we'd order all the Ortiz shirts. So we have them all of his
Awesome.
fights. Yeah,
The beanie was famous, and
Yeah, I
Mike
got the-
Tyson.
yeah.
Tyson wore it out
Yeah.
to the ring, totally
Yeah.
on. It's not like he
With the
just did it
flames.
because he
Yeah.
liked
With
it.
the flames,
the
yeah.
gray and black one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. But those are moments you remember because the
With both
vast
flags,
majority of
with
people,
both
with
flags,
both flags,
big mouthpiece,
yeah.
coming in with Eminem.
But seeing Tyson wear that hat was,
Yeah.
it was a time when most weren't paying attention to the sport.
Yeah.
So when you saw an icon like Tyson wear the hat,
Really
and
stood
it was
out.
like a moment that you appreciated as a fan of the sport.
exactly, man.
So-
Yeah, no, I look forward to getting that soundbite with him,
Yes,
man. That
good.
interview,
Yeah,
that professional
yeah.
interview, and had the opportunity of interviewing the senator of the Philippines. Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, really?
Nice guy.
Okay.
Yeah. That was definitely on the bucket list.
Very cool.
And it was a great opportunity. It didn't hit me till 2 days later, to when I
Yeah,
was driving
of
home. Like,
course.
whoa.
Yeah, it's
You
a
know?
real feeling. It was-
It is, but it was a challenge, and it lets me know I'm exactly where I need to be. I didn't. Hey, a lot of people when they get that opportunity, they'll rise, they'll swim, or they'll drown. And
you got to be in the moment, in the zone. When,
I just felt comfortable.
That's
I
good.
felt comfortable because prior to that, he sent me a video for my son. He gave me a thumbs
Oh,
up.
that was
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. So that was very nice. Got a chance to thank him, and I can't thank them enough. At Wild Card, you got Marie, you got Freddie, you got Mike Rodriguez, and of course the senator Manny Pacquiao. Man,
that's
and
the
I'm-
makings of a good talent reel for you. It should make you real.
Yeah.
Exactly, and we're working on that.
Good.
And I mentioned it to you because you're a huge boxing fan, man.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's a huge opportunity. That's
So
great.
you know what? I'm going to throw this at you. If you can mix a boxer with an MMA fighter, what two would you put together? I mean, we're talking about put together another McGregor,
you gotta have Mike Tyson.
Mayweather.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. As the boxer, he's just a lion.
Oh, okay.
With who's got.
Who'd
some
you
of
have him take on? Rampage or somebody or?
About in his we're talking about in his prime against prime boxer versus prime MMA fighter. That's good. People used to talk about potentially Mike Tyson against Hoist,
Hoist,
but
and also Tyson and Shamrock.
Yeah.
Well, Shamrock
and
called
now
him
the
out.
sports evolved.
Yeah.
I mean, what would be cool is Mike Tyson against either Tito or Frank Shamrock.
Frank Shamrock was a monster.
How about the Emperor?
Fedor,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
that's right.
Oh, yeah,
Good
he
call.
has
That's a
hands.
good call.
Oh, man, that is a
That'd
good
be
call.
great. Yeah, good call.
That is a good call.
Any one of
Wow.
those.
Bad,
Any one of those,
actually.
but it has to be Tyson.
Yeah, it has to be Tyson.
Okay, how about who could we put GSP up against? GSP is super wicked athletic in anything you put him in.
Well,
Be fun to watch him
well,
trade hands
wait.
with Canelo, maybe.
I was about to say that right
that's
now.
about the closest natural
yeah,
weight to
I was
a
about to say that,
in their prime kind of
or
thing.
Andre Ward at 175.
Oh, yeah,
How about
Ward.
GSP against
Ward.
Roy Jones?
There you go.
That's not bad. They're both pretty
Well, what
fast.
about
Yeah.
Roy Jones and Spider? They were
That's
talking about
good
that.
too, yeah. But each in their prime again. Yeah.
Spider's really tall though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like super tall.
Yeah, he's tall.
That'd be a real.
But see, you know what a lot of people don't remember is Roy Jones was heavyweight champion of the world. He moved all the way up and beat Andy Reeves, and he went all the way up to 195s. I think that's as high as he went.
How close in height were all those guys? Like, what was there a big discrepancy in their heights?
Yes, there was. He picked the right opponent.
Ah, okay.
He picked the right opponent. Like even
someone he knew he can get in close on.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like even Andre Ward said, hey, he was thinking of fighting at heavyweight, and he said it has to be the right opponent. It's not going to be like a Klitschko. It's not going to be like a Lennox Lewis type.
No
not at all.
snipers.
See, what's good about Tyson, he's got, he was just forward movement, with Roy Jones, Mayweather, they were more reflex driven,
Very
it's
elusive,
different.
yes.
Yeah, and Mayweather's more
Cat
defensive.
reflexes.
Yeah, so I think Tyson's style lends more towards the MMA versus boxing because, he's got, that he's just gonna,
he just bears down and comes forward like a tank,
and
just
he's got
moving.
great head movement, and
which
is also
that's insane.
there's a
Dude.
double-edged sword in MMA. But yeah, he would have. That's the guy that you gotta, first guy.
And was fearless in his prime, just completely fearless, and won every single fight before the bell even rang.
Yes.
When you guys bring up Tyson, a question that I've always wanted to ask when bringing up his head movement like that, I've seen like old footage of him training, sparring sessions, things like that. And sometimes it makes me wonder, and I hope one day I don't get my shit kicked in like Galifianakis, but it makes me, how much of it is muscle memory versus that natural instinct of seeing that punch coming and swooping? Because a lot of it seemed like it was, because you see him later when he gets rocked, he goes right back to, a lot of times he went back to this. It's how much of that movement now is just pump, pump, duck. No matter if the punch was coming or not, how much of it is muscle memory versus seeing it and just and knowing to duck versus I threw a punch or not?
A lot of it's he's not reacting to your punches. A lot of it's his rhythm. He initiates the head movement.
It's just muscle memory.
Exactly.
He's going down a desired path.
It's the timing. If you see a monster coming at your way with head movement this way, he doesn't move accordingly and counter you. That's his rhythm.
His rhythm is to get you to react to him.
This head movement is going to tell the rest of his body to torque and just rip you.
Dude, could you imagine seeing Tyson just coming across the ring at you like this? You're like, oh fuck, hold on. Like you'd be like, oh, time out.
That's what Bruce Seldon did. He took a dive.
Yeah, he took a nose.
Oh, hey, but he does do that. I mean, Arsenio Hall was talking about that. There's a part on there where he's working with Kevin Rooney, and he's just doing that right at you.
Yeah.
And that thing is freaking
It'd be like watching a shark come in the water at you like that, dude. You wouldn't know which way to go, because if you go this way, he's just going to step out and boom, and you're going to get cracked. It's a no-win scenario.
He scares you without even swinging at you, man. You just got this monster coming at you, moving left and right.
Your only chance against Tyson would be to feint him and feint him, get him to bite on you, and immediately hope you're fast enough to drop levels and shoot him.
But Tyson had whiskers, though. He had a good chin. He had a decent chin.
Yeah, he had a good chin.
Very good chin.
Yes,
until fatigue got a hold of him through that Lennox Lewis fight, and just once you get that loss,
he didn't train.
Well,
he wasn't trained.
And I was just talking to somebody today on the phone today, and I said, you always got to prepare yourself. Don't just rely on your talent, because it'll catch up to you. Don't take it for granted. You got to continue to train and stay hungry. Whether you're ring announcing, whether you're color commentating, or you're working out. You got to treat it all brand new, like you just got here. Don't get seasoned. Don't act like you've been here before, because it'll catch you. No one's exempt from getting caught.
Yeah, talent gets you so far, and then they get you killed. That's it.
Well, they're going to call you on it too, and see, okay, are you who
they
you say you are?
They don't even have to call you on it. You'll see it in a fight.
They'll recognize it.
Yeah, they'll see it the second a fight happens. They'll be like, dude, you know what I mean? Like, you'll be able to see it right away based on how an opponent has changed from what they're used to.
Yeah, exactly, man. Speaking of change things, is it the whole setup like it was last time? The whole Same Art Center? Because that was awesome.
Yeah, same setup.
The whole, the music, the fireworks, the lights. Because what I've been telling people is this is a show. I mean, it's just not, okay, a fight and that's it. There's performance there. You want to be there and enjoy not just the fights in the cage.
Yeah, same as Fair.
Be around all of it. Yes. I mean, Now, do you have a big say to the limelights that are coming in, to the fireworks, to the show,
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Keep it going.
Thanks.
We always try to improve. When it's not broken, don't fix it. Leave it alone. No, it works for you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Every single show we've been to, you didn't go to the Stockton show.
No, I went to the last Save Mart show.
No, every show, man, it's quality, man. And these fights, I mean, and what was the guy that was dancing? He called himself Pretty Boy.
In Stockton?
Yeah. He tagged me and said, hey, you need to get my pretty self on the show.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he was too much. He was over the top.
I go, bro, you don't tell a man that.
But it was weird. He just laid on the guy when they were fighting. It was like he did all that stuff.
But he was trying to get a little grind on the Cutwoman. Oh, actually, Carol the Cutwoman told me to tell you hello.
Oh yeah, she's great.
Yeah, no, she's doing really good for herself. She's been networking out there and branding herself constantly.
Good. Yeah, she's great. That fighter was too much. It was over the top.
Sometimes it happens, man.
You miss it, Cole.
Yeah.
He damn near came in the cage with like dollar bills outside his trunks.
It was
just about.
Yeah.
Really. Had more baby oil than GSP.
There's certain things that work, and then
there's certain things that work. He's trying something out.
He was in the wrong direction. He needs to start over, hit reset.
No, listen, that's that first impression. You don't get timeouts and start over on that because they remember you and they label you. So you're either going to embrace it or just kind of.
He's got to reinvent himself like Dennis Rodman did. Just start over and reinvent yourself.
Yeah, cry on Oprah.
Yeah,
like Rodman did. Yeah, right.
Or just start over.
Yeah, just start all over. And you know what? You don't need to, like some of the big artists, they don't need to hit a speed bump to reinvent themselves. You have to go with the flow. You can't be stuck in the old school. Like some of these coaches, I love Bill Parcells, but when he came back to coach the Cowboys, the game's changed.
Yeah.
You got to bring a young crew with you, and you got to reinvent yourself.
Even if you're not on a loss streak, even if you're on a win streak and you see something changing, you got to change with it. Maybe you see the way the sport's being branded. Maybe you see a difference in the way the market's going or the way the fighters are coming in.
Yeah, these fighters are constantly evolving still.
They're athletes, man. Yeah. When they're not fighting, they're doing flips and climbing mountains with no nets. I mean, these guys are awesome.
Adrenaline junkies.
Well, yeah, exactly. You know what? You know who's the the Cowboy Cerrone, how he just don't care. He'll fly a jet, is Regis Rigaru. I mean, that's his nickname, Regis. Progress. He wants to fight Jose Ramirez, and this guy's swimming with sharks, wrestling alligators, and he's just not he just said, I love life.
He wrestles alligators?
Yeah. Really? Yeah, he'll get them and just,
Adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
Like they just come in different sports.
Yeah, he has videos on YouTube. Wow. Yeah, I'll send it to you. He said, Richard, I wake up every day happy, and I enjoy life to the fullest, man. He goes, because I may not get tomorrow.
That's true.
Especially if you keep wrestling alligators.
No, yes. and he's swimming, right?
Right.
And he's pointing down, and there's a freaking shark there.
We tried to do that as one of the competitions, alligator wrestling with the fighter, but we couldn't get it insured. It was,
his last
name
name
was not doable.
What's his last name?
Regis.
His last name is
Progress.
Yeah, Progress. Okay,
yeah.
so
I know who he is. I just didn't know he wrestled alligators.
I'll find out right now.
No, yeah, he's on there.
But
he said he was going to capture him and make a belt and some shoes.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
But alligator wrestling, we try to do that as one of the competitions in the reality series. And they wouldn't, we couldn't get it insured.
And then he's jumping off these cliffs. He's jumping off these cliffs.
But it would have been good, for the TV, I think.
Yeah. No, it would have been good. And I asked Regis too. And I said, I said, what's your take on the Ramirez fight? And I won't say over the air what he said, but he's pretty confident. So,
When are they going to fight? Here in December?
He has another fight in front of him that he has to take care of first. So like his
147?
140s. 140s. But I did ask Danny Swift Garcia what he thought about Jose Ramirez. What I asked him, we're in Las Vegas and we have film of that, and I said, "Hey, any chance you sharing the ring with Jose Ramirez?" And he goes, "No disrespect, but who is that?"
Well,
and then he said, "But he can get these hands whenever he wants." So I'm going to release that video. I don't want to release it when Jose was in the fight. I want no distraction, but I'm going to release it tomorrow.
But you go on East Coast, people don't necessarily know who he is. This win, is another reason it brought him up. People outside of his core audience out here got to see that, and he beat another champion.
Yeah.
So, and he did it, in a
real decisive,
stunning way. And on another platform he's not usually on, and. So I think that was one of the reasons why it was a breakthrough fight. But until then, I'll tell you, it's like, you go on the East Coast, people, when I've mentioned his name, people don't know him. It's okay. He's still young, but now he's got to make his move now. So.
I think his move would be unifying the 140 title.
Yeah,
and then,
that would be a good fight, though, with Danny Garcia, because that would bring in, the audience on the opposite side of the country.
Exactly.
And that's a Boricua against a, doesn't speak Spanish.
It should be his first one at 147, because he wants to move up to 147.
He should do that fight. I would watch that fight.
Yeah, well, let's help promote it, man, because I'm going to push that video out when I asked him. And I didn't want to do that before the fight. This was on.
He's got that crazy father too that could help promote.
Oh, you know what? He was nice with me. He was cool, man.
No, of course, because you're covering him. But with other fighters, like what he did to Zab Judah,
he don't give a damn. He don't.
Yeah.
He don't.
That's why it'll be a good build up.
No, because he'll be chirping him and Ramirez's promoter. They'll be chirping back and forth.
Yeah, that's why it should happen.
But
All the more reason he'll put his name on the map.
He'll keep it real and say, I don't do this finger jabbing. Let's get down, homie. Because that's the way Angel's crazy, man. That's his dad.
That's a good sell for a fighter.
What?
Who promotes Garcia now?
He promotes himself.
No, but he's got a promoter, right?
Oh, yeah, that's Heyman, I believe.
Oh, okay.
That's what I picked up on listening from the sidelines is any boxer when they say who's a promoter, he promotes himself. Well, somebody owns him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like I've learned that.
Exactly, but he don't just lean on that.
No. He's like they're just a
branded
vessel
himself.
in which he uses to brand himself.
But I will
through.
say this: he was sitting in front of me during the fight, and every single person that asked him for a picture, he got up and took a picture with. Every single person.
Well, you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Well, not everybody was doing that.
You're supposed to, man.
AB wasn't doing it. When they would ask for a picture and just move away, I'm like, how can you do that to people,
Jose
man?
should beat him. You should fight him and beat him, right? Same weight.
I would love to see that fight.
See, those are fights. That
I would love to see
you should
Jose
do that,
and Adrian Broner. I would love to see that fight happen. I would love to happen.
See,
We get
what'll
some
happen
inside
is
seats for that one.
Content exposure, like what you have and stuff, is what leads to us getting real fights again. You know what I mean? Like we're starting to see that again, and that's a real fight.
I'm going to post that tomorrow.
I'd love to put one of the Combate fighters against Broner in as part of the Alberto Tito card.
Crossover
stand
card?
up only.
I would do that. No, put him against a stand-up fighter, but I mean he's allowed to go. Let him if he's so fast.
Yeah, the question just has to be decided. If you're going to fight on an MMA card, promotion card, it's going to be an MMA fight.
Yeah.
They fought on a boxing card when Conor and Mayweather got down. That was a boxing fight, very specific. That's why it was kind of entertaining. It was a circus
throw it
match.
out there. See
I
what
just did.
Well, then let's loop it. I'm going to put it out there. Put it in there right there, and I'll send it to him. I'll tag him.
Okay.
Andre Broner. Okay.
That'd be
make
fun.
it happen.
That'd be a good crossover because at that point you have to understand that look,
At 147s.
if you crack him and he shoots in on you, he's going to shoot in on you.
Any weight he wants to do. Let's make it happen.
Okay. There you go. That's why I like this guy right
See,
here.
I can get behind things like that because it's a crossover match.
Because he's got a big mouth too, and so let it
find out. Yeah, no, that's a perfect thing. If you have and I'm not specifically picking on
you get a
Broner,
long
but
line of guys saying me,
Yeah.
please.
We had one that challenged him a few years ago.
I'll take a pay cut. Please let me go in the cage, please.
Well, here's the
I'll
thing
give him a
is,
pay raise.
it's not like the days where what's his name got his ass kicked by Couture. That one fight thing. It's not like that anymore.
No, we would fight a prime fighter.
But
what I'm saying is,
but at least he went for it. James Toney had no business in there, but he said, "Hell, let's go."
Well,
And all rules, kick everything. There was no we're gonna negotiate the rules.
Yeah.
No, he went in there.
So I would propose this: if they'll put their hand on the Bible, and I'm not even religious, but if they'll put their hand on the Bible and swear, I haven't trained a single sprawl when I signed for this fight, cool. But I call bullshit otherwise.
Really?
Every guy that says, oh yeah, I'll take an MMA fight, I'm a badass boxer, every fucking one of them, the second they get a whiff of thinking they're going to do it, their coach is already thinking, okay, what wrestler do I know? Who do I know that can teach this kid a sprawl? How do I keep this kid on his feet? They're not going to teach him jiu-jitsu. They're not going to teach him any of that shit. It's going to teach him that kind of stuff. So it's not really a pure, hey, I think I'm a badass boxer and I think I can knock out any UFC guy in that weight class or whatever. Put me in an MMA match with him. That way he feels fair because you bring him in boxing, you're restricting him, but he did it on his choice. So to go into MMA.
How do you pronounce Francis' last name?
Who?
Francis' last name, big heavyweight.
Niguanu?
Yeah, there you go. I didn't want to just chop it up right there.
I was trying to think of which Francis you were talking about.
Mark Davis said Tyson and Francis. He says that would be a dream fight right there. So he wanted me to throw that at you. He said, good job on wanting to embrace the heavyweight division. He thinks there's heavyweights out there to put together a four-man tournament.
Yeah, well, we're starting to see some,
Yeah.
out there. The guy, Gio Saran, new guy, young, up and coming.
Yeah.
He deserves a shot.
I think so.
Well, since we've got you on the promoter and the card matchmaker type thing, not really card matchmaker, but promoter type bus already, what do you think about the position Dana White put himself in when he made that very statement of, yes, I'm going to give BJ one more fight. I don't care what happens. It's his last one. Like, have you ever felt that you were in that position?
How many times have you said that before, bro? But I want to hear from Mike.
Well, it's a business, and obviously BJ is profitable, and that's, so he offered, it's makes some money.
But at this point, let me put it to you this way. At this point, to openly say that they're doing it purely for the fact that he'll sell pay-per-views. I think that would be a very semi-ignorant statement to say, because of the fact that I don't think the numbers are anywhere close to what they used to be when BJ was fighting, for the simple fact that people are almost feeling like you should stop. Like at this point, we as a fans feel you should stop, and we almost don't even want to watch it because of the fact that it was like the fact that he got subbed by that knee by Ryan. It was just everybody kind of lost their shit when he got to see BJ get subbed. That was kind of a thing to where like it was almost a moment where a lot of people went, it's gone past him.
You've been around the sport. What do you see in that? When you see that take place, what do you see? Is it just the hunger? He doesn't know when, or is there really something wrong there, or does he truly believe? Because you got to remember Evander Holyfield. He stuck around, and he was losing 3 out of 4, but he truly believed he was going to be the undisputed heavyweight champion again.
Well, his skills are deteriorating. Yeah. He's aging, and that, so maybe he should, but he's going to do what he wants to do in the end, and obviously, if the promoter is calling him, then he's a profitable piece of business,
and he's making weight.
Well, yeah, he's still profitable,
and he's passing all his tests.
No, I'm not saying it's. Look, I mean, the fighter should probably retire, but we can't make him, and if he's passing the medicals, and if he's still medically healthy and able to you can't tell him not to. We can say,
but at one point, don't you just do him the favor and go, look, bro, I'm not matching you anymore.
Well, Dana did it to Chuck.
Right, like he just refused to match it. Because at that point, you have to make a stand.
How tough is that conversation? How many times have you had to make that conversation? Or a conversation to somebody else?
Not just in Combate, like strike force.
Yes, just say, hey, you know what, man, we need to talk to this guy.
Yeah, with Combate,
how tough is that?
I imagine it's very tough. But at Combate, we're dealing. We mostly have the majority are
newer
newer.
So
that conversation doesn't happen a lot. It's not an enviable position. Yeah, it's not an enviable position because
I saw him make that statement. Like you said, he said things like that before, but it just seems like at this point he even kind of realizes, well, if we keep giving you fights, bro, we're just using you at that point. Like that's what it'll boil down to at that point.
I would like to see him make one last run. Honestly, an opportunity, Mike. If somebody doesn't make weight or something, man, and I'm talking about getting Joe Soto in there.
Yeah,
dude. I mean, he's not. It's not going to be a BJ pin, and he's not going to take it just to take it.
No, he'll take a fight, he'll show up to a fight. I mean, he's the kind of guy that you can call last minute because he's always working out, he's always training. He's literally an ABC guy. Yeah. Always be conditioned. Period. Done. Always be ready.
And he's very entertaining. He's like, bring it. I mean, that's what he's there for. And I don't know why he stands up. I mean, my gosh, he is a wizard on the mat. But he loves to sit there and bang and then go to the ground.
That's just his nature as a fighter. I mean,
likes to swing.
100% of the fights start on their feet, and if you don't bring him down and you're not dropping him, there's really, it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, if someone's hanging with you on your feet, cool. Yeah. If they're hanging with you, you just got to push the pace so that they got to try to keep up.
Yeah.
If they're not threatening you with takedowns and you're just like, why go to the ground? If I'm holding my own or better against you, why go to the ground? Yeah. He got hands, so.
Yeah, think about that.
Okay.
You never know, man. I'm really.
Okay.
And he didn't tell me. He didn't put me up to it or anything.
Okay.
I just know he's in there, and I know he has some fight left in him. And
guys like
I hear things every now and then that he's itching to get in there.
Guys like Joe would just actually be a good strength to a roster in combination with like Zoila.
He packed this out over here.
He fights at what, 45s?
45s, yeah.
45s. Yeah, 45 is a
But
bit
last time he
best.
challenged himself, and when he cut weight, and he said, I haven't made this weight since high school. He didn't have a fight in line. He just shredded himself, worked out just to make that weight.
Yeah, and that's all it really takes.
And then
sometimes.
he ate some Oreo cookies. No, because he was craving them.
Sure. Yeah,
I know he did. That's a plug for
He would
Oreo
just help
anyway.
complement the strength that Zoila brings to the local area for when you bring her in town. He would just strengthen that type of, you don't have to just have her. You can have both of them, and you'd really push the
You know what?
market.
I'm not going to mention no names, but you already know. You know how I always say the fighter's voice was just simply knocking out the competition? There's a bunch of things chirping around here now.
Oh.
Where's the competition at?
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is what it is. And I love that strategic move when Zoila was moved from L.A. to Stockton. That was great. That was a good move right there. That was a good move. It didn't work out the way it needed to, but you know what, man? Still letting you know we can go toe to toe at all aspects, not just in the cage, and I like that. Yeah,
she adds a lot. It really there's a lot of variables.
That's great PR, man. You got some great PR people, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
you do.
We'll see, how this goes on Friday, and we could be lining up a big fight for her, and for the fall.
So what can you talk about? When is the next time? I mean, what is the turnaround? What is it? What do you guys quarterly? What is it every
In
2
Fresno?
months? No. Well, yeah, okay, we'll say Fresno too. But you guys are very active.
Oh yeah, no,
You guys are everywhere. I mean, your whole calendar is lined up.
not-
It's like UFC status.
Yeah,
I hope no, don't do that. Please don't do that.
No,
That
it's
fucking-
there.
They're oversaturating the market with having so much content. It's too much. It's too much.
But your stuff, the viewership in the matchmaking, I mean,
No, that's-
there's wars there, man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
different.
Well, so no, you'll see like 2 events a month.
Okay.
Okay.
Per starting in this month really.
2 events a month is a lot.
Wow.
It builds
Well, it's
interest
also a
and
different
anticipation.
audience. You're talking about like Univision audience, so it's not it's not really. It's serving that audience
Yeah.
which doesn't have another MMA product. So
Well, check this out, man. And I'm going to throw it out there because you know what? Al said it best. A quiet mouth does not get fed. The next time you come to Fresno, man.
November.
The
Yeah.
fighter's
Snap call.
No, the fighter's voice has to set up. You got to give us an area right there.
You can have it
with some lights right there, and we'll broadcast live right there.
Sure.
And what you do is the fighters, when they're done doing getting their interviews, bring them on here, and we'll do some post fight on the show.
Yeah,
Just
there's
as
got
we're
to be
doing
like a
it.
booth or something that
Broadcast from the
overlooks
fight.
the arena.
Let's do
something
it,
that
man.
overlooks the arena itself.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be
November.
nice.
We'll do it.
Okay, November. The Fighter's Voice will be on location
Done.
in Save Mart Center
Done.
for Combate. Bring all your winners. Bring them to the Fighter's Voice after they get checked out by the doctor. Boom, they get escorted here, and
Okay.
we'll do it.
Done.
Yeah, just say,
Okay.
hey, like, this is just going to be part of your
It's on.
your
All
fight
right, my
deal.
man.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you're going to have, remember guys, you're going to have to do your fight, get your med check out, grab your check before
Yeah,
you give
that
your
part,
check.
you know,
gotta
we'll
go
work
get
it out
interviewed.
Yeah.
with so the commission does its thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, overlook. You could overlook.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In like one of the
before
rooms that
the show.
overlooks it, so
Yeah,
we'll have
yeah.
quiet.
Yeah.
we can literally sit right next to.
It's not.
I do that?
It's not just quiet.
I
We
do.
have the headphones. The show can go on because we're hearing each other.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd gets to see the product. They get to see the fighter's voice. They get to be a part of it. Combate gets to say, "Hey, look, we also got this going on right here, and we're taking care of our local talent." Until we blow up and go national and go global, because I truly believe this has all the means and all the talent and attributes to go global and go national. If I didn't think so, I mean, I'm not here just to play checkers. No, checkers.
Checkers.
man.
Nah, that's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good analogy.
But I'm not
Yeah.
trying to tell the boss checkmate either.
Yeah, long
You
term.
know, long term. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, you ask for an opportunity, man, and then be ready for it. Just
No,
like a
I like
fighter.
it. So that puts, like you were saying, that puts you guys at like a quarterly visit to the Central Valley.
Yeah,
That's what you're shooting
yeah,
for.
3 times a year.
Yeah, no, those would be good spots to have. Those would be really good spots.
But people are talking.
Yeah.
People are saying, "Hey, man, hey," and they think like I'm a matchmaker or something. Hey, do you think you can get me on the Combate card? Do you think you could be? And you know what? There's one person that actually got on it.
Oh, yeah?
So and that was good. That was good. So
But the thing is, here's the thing: when people do that, you got to look at a couple things.
hey, what
when they're
happened to
doing
Joe?
Joe.
Joe was supposed to be on there. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. The kid from Madera, Joel,
He got hurt.
Joel.
He
Oh,
withdrew.
okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
but
I
no,
didn't
he
know.
was on the
I
card.
didn't know the whole
Yeah.
case. I didn't know what was going on with it.
Yeah, I think he got hurt. He withdrew. He was on there.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, okay.
Is when they come to you like that, is you got to look at, okay, what do you want me to do to get you on the card? Like, what's your resume? What's your pedigree? Why are you, you know what I mean? Like, why don't they already know about you? What's the catch?
To give a referral, you got to make
Yeah.
sure
Because when
your
you
name
refer a
is
guy
on
to
that
Mike
referral.
and say, hey, Mike, I got this kid, man.
Well,
I saw him
you heard my
fight.
referral, Joe Soto.
Yeah,
Enough
exactly.
said.
Yeah, no, exactly. So
Enough
when you
said.
refer a guy, we know he's not going to show up. Or
Yeah.
I mean, if he says no, I'm actually I've moved on.
Well,
I'm
actually,
retired.
that was two. I also said LeVar Johnson.
Yeah, no, I would definitely give and he doesn't need my stamp approval, but I would give a
man.
very just to my knowledge.
Actually, you know what? He just texted me. We got to get a seat for LeVar. Can we make that possible?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Be good to see him again.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm not that guy. I'm not going to text and say I need 20 tickets. I've never asked for a ticket in my life. Do you know that?
No, but it'd be good to put you guys face
But
to
you know what? We
face.
should give some out on the show.
That we should do.
Go ahead.
We should be
Give
doing
2
that.
tickets to a lucky winner.
Okay, guys, hey, send me your question. Right now, we're live here on YouTube. I'm going to give out a pair of tickets, some nice tickets to the show Friday, Save Mart Center, Combate Americas. If you don't show up, you're going to hear about it, and you're going to regret it, and you're going to want to save up and probably mortgage your house to get ringside tickets for the next one, because the Fighter's Voice will also be in studio there on location. But we're going to give out a ticket to LeVar Johnson and a guest. And we're going to give out a pair today. Give me a good question right here, and I'll name you our winner. So being that said, let's talk about the bad boy. Tito Ortiz, my man. That is a great mix right there. First of all, I mean, did you see how good he looked against Chael? And that's another one of my American gangsters.
When we
one of my favorite fighters.
When we flew to California to meet him,
He shredded, man.
Yeah, he looked ready to fight right then and there. So he stays in shape all the time, like the fighters you were talking about. They're ready to go.
And that's when people ask, at his age, how is he being competitive? People want to jump to injections and things like that. At one point, maybe, but you also have to remember he's been doing it a long time. Like, he falls in that line of people who've just been doing stuff their entire life.
He was right there on the passing of the torch when it started to transition.
Yeah, he was right place, right time.
The old school and he was able to reinvent himself and make that transition.
The entertainment started to kick in.
Oh man, he's entertainment big time. He knows how to market himself. He's like the Floyd Mayweather. Type knows how to market himself. No, he does.
The way he does it, and the way he goes about it, and his approach with his money and stuff.
He would always say, people hate me, but they buy tickets.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, I mean, the guy's a ticket seller. He's marketable. And enough said, man.
I mean, that's really all it takes, really.
Reality shows.
And he has a great last name.
Yeah, yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
Yes,
he does.
He did 3 reality shows, all hits. So
I imagine he wasn't cheap.
Well,
you don't have to spit out numbers, but I imagine that wasn't to make that
he's earned it.
kind of
He's an icon, So
but that's a good pull, though. As soon as we heard he was doing a signing with you guys, we were done the show. I think KP told us, and I was like, hey, Tito, and he was like, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. That means the second I heard a signing, I was like, there's no way they fucking paid him to come to a signing just to come to a signing. He's investable. He's just the fact that he fought on when he did the Golden Boy thing.
Yeah.
I knew that fucking thing was going to tank. That was a shot in the dark at kind of Dana kind of
Oscar
thing.
should have never took the podium. He should have had a PR person do that,
podium,
or
he made it
educate.
Well, he was really trying to direct all of it at UFC, MMA as a whole.
He should be on the podium.
He just should
you got to educate yourself up there.
Speak correctly.
No, as his manager or his agent, I wouldn't have allowed him to take it like that. I mean, no.
But that was real. He probably kept that feeling really close to the chest and found an opportunity to voice it.
Oscar. I like Oscar. I mean, I like what he's doing.
He came to Reina's. He was at the Reina show.
Yes, that's what I heard. Yeah, that's the show I didn't show up to, and then I heard he was there. I heard. But to see him do it, content was there that day.
Yeah, Mario Lopez. They were sitting.
Mario Lopez is a badass. He actually trains at Wildcard Gym.
I'm not surprised. Very nice guy. He used to come to the K1 fights in Vegas.
He can handle himself. I got a little soundbite with him. I said, if you could ever strap it up with another celeb, who would you? And he says, I respect anybody that puts gloves on, man. And I was very surprised.
Safest answer.
Exactly.
The safest answer he could give.
I was going to say him and Mark Wahlberg. That'd be good.
I'd be down to watch that.
Huh?
Chuck Zito.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dude.
That'd be good, too.
Dude, that'd be fun to watch.
I was surprised.
I would put that on the Alberto Tito card.
There you go. He's
that'd be interesting to watch. Yeah, you can't really give a good why not on that one. It'd be entertaining. Pure and simple.
No, you know what I want to see on that card? I want to see Regis and Rick Morigian on that card. Because they seem to go at it all the time on social media. It's kind of entertaining. It's very entertaining.
They're back and forth.
Well, since we're throwing names
jabs
and
at
stuff
each other
like that, yeah, they do.
Yeah, but Regis he's a fighter, right?
No, I understand.
Hey,
but Rick's a good basketball player.
Yeah, but I heard that.
No, he can make them threes range.
Dude.
Yeah. No, when he shoots and when he releases it, he's already walking back.
Yeah, I heard
he's already playing defense.
A long time ago, Bob Cook told me that. He was unstoppable at the free throw line.
Yeah, no.
Just hitting threes.
Yeah, he's like an unstoppable freight train.
Yeah, no.
That's how he gets his workouts in. You probably catch him on like a GB3 or something.
Let's see what he does when he don't close the deal. It says, hey, let's play some 21.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
And he warms you up that way.
Right? I got the best idea. Here we go. Double or nothing.
That's it. And he goes, wait, hold on a second. And he sells this refrigerator to this Eskimo along the way, right?
Dude, he could. No, Rick would be able to convince an Eskimo that, look, I know you got an igloo, but that's not river water. That's not river water.
But it's not signed by Ramirez.
Dude, right?
Right?
Ramirez will come into your igloo for a week if you buy my igloo.
That's worth it.
Meanwhile, Jose's just sitting there going, what?
No, it's not Jose. It was Luis. I never said it was Jose. It's his brother.
Yes.
But I never.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that an assumption you made? I'm sorry for the misconception. But anyway,
Rick, my man, Rick. I'm still waiting. Wait, hold on a second. Rick, I am still waiting for that phone call. Remember you said, I'm going to call you. And I said, okay, well, I'll be driving to LA. And you said, well, I'll call you anyways. That's exactly 7 hours and 3 months ago. Okay?
He's got like a tally on the wall at home.
Said he was going to call me.
Just charting it.
He goes, I like the fighter's voice. I want to do something with it. I go, okay, well, I'll listen to all, let's talk. How long did I say that was?
7 hours.
Hey, man, we keep grinding. We keep doing what we're doing,
still
man.
ticking.
We keep doing what we're doing. He's brought...
we'll add it to the chocolate list.
He's
Ready?
brought
Called now.
professional boxing to its highest here in the
That should
valley.
be funny.
To the valley.
Oh, yeah. No, he's
Valley.
doing
And you know, I'm going to throw a couple jabs. Jose Ramirez didn't just take this area by storm. He's opened it up to the undercard. And some of these fighters with top ranks, some of these young fighters were able to make their pro debut in front of
Exposure.
15,000 people at the Saymart Center.
Yeah.
And yet we have some of these fighters, they're ungrateful and they're throwing jabs at two-time right here, at the champion. And I was there when Jose said, I want this kid on here and I want him on here. Because he's from the valley, he's helped every single kid underneath him, and I do want to say that. But then you have some that they're grateful.
Some
But
are
you
you're
have
going to
some
have
that
your
are not.
mix. Some people, I mean, okay, I
I'm
can see
keeping
it this
it- I'm
way.
keeping this real right
And
here,
I'm trying
man.
to be devil's advocate for him because
Sure.
at the same time, I can see their perspective too. Of maybe they're like, yeah, he did ask me to be on the card. He got me that exposure, but at the same time, it was my ass in there. So I can see. I've never taken that approach, but I can see that perspective where they're like, dude, it was still me. I had to go there
Don't
and do
be
it.
surprised if Jose don't fight in Saymart Center ever again.
Well, go big boy pants on.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, exactly. We're talking about Madison Square Garden. We're talking about MGM Grand. We're probably maybe even talking about the Philippines.
that'd be
Did that
kinda
slip
cool.
out? Oh, my bad. That
That'd
one
be
kind of
kinda
slipped
cool.
out right there. That
That'd be
would be
kinda
cool,
cool.
man. I'm rooting for him, man. He's from our area, man, and he's done a lot for our community, man.
Well, yeah, no, we're just talking to his brother.
Yes, exactly. Mike, you have to check out his shoe collection. My gosh, he has
Really?
a whole room. Yeah, just a room of shoes in Cologne.
God damn.
He's a big
Versace.
sneaker collector.
Oh, no, he's, yeah.
There has to be a watch
Okay.
drawer.
Oh,
There's got to be a watch drawer in there.
I'm sure he has something,
Has
but
to be.
his shoe collection's on fire, man.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
That's insane. Well, when you
is.
got the money, didn't
It
he
is.
buy like some 5-bedroom house or something? You got to do
He
something
bought,
with all that
he
room.
bought a nice crib.
You got to
In
do something with
Fresno?
all that room,
Yeah,
bro.
Clovis, yeah. He bought a nice crib, man. Yeah, it comes from a very
Good for
humble
him.
family, too. You know, his dad, his brother Luis, and the whole family. You know, his fiancee, his little boy coming from that pedigree because his fiancee was a Golden Glove national
His fiancé
champion.
was? Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
His
exactly.
brother was even telling us how far, like, even when he's not talking to people,
Yeah.
how they know about him. They've heard what he said. They've seen it on video. They've heard it from another friend, this and that. And it's like, dude, the reach that his fan base has of people that are a supporter for his boxing and you know, I was like, dude, you need to get him into politics.
Mike, exactly.
Yeah,
Mike,
politics,
where do you
man.
go from having one Hall of Fame trainer in Freddie Rhodes to another Hall of Fame trainer in Robert Garcia?
What do you
I mean,
where do you
Jose
go?
Ramirez.
Yeah.
He's had two trainers in his
So it
career
speaks
so
to
far.
people that these people at that level believing in him. So
Yeah,
There's
taking their
obviously-
time
yeah.
and spending their knowledge
Yeah.
on him.
Yeah.
So who do you like to watch today besides getting in the cage? What fighter do you like today that climbs in the ropes? What boxer?
In boxing, I mean, yeah, Jose's one of them. He's great. Get Danny Garcia.
Yeah, Danny Swift.
Yeah, Danny Swift. Canelo, obviously. You know,
Yeah.
Triple G. You know, it was interesting that Devin Haney. He's a good fighter.
Yeah, he's making
young
some noise.
too, right?
Yeah.
So I don't have as much time as I used to keep up with it, but I try to watch as much as I can. He's an interesting fighter though. That guy. I just watched him fight. I forgot. I think it was on Showtime.
Well, here's my thing. I'm leading up to this. Saturday in Stockton, California, there's going to be Toscano Promotions, boxing promotions. I talked to the promoter today. He said, I have 2 VIP seats for Mike Afromowitz that Saturday. He said, have him call his plane, delay it. Come to Stockton, California Saturday.
It's not the plane. It's
VIP
I would love
seats
to.
in Stockton, California.
Try me calling my wife and telling her
Yeah,
that when she's got.
That's why he's
Good luck.
that's why he's
Yeah.
offering you 2 tickets, man.
Well, I gotta
Oh,
fly her
man.
out here, and no, but then we have to go all the way back. She's got to go all the way back home.
Hey,
If I
man.
believe me, I would. Otherwise, if I knew.
And I said, you know what, he might, because he's down to earth. He's real people, man.
That's why I know I gotta get back home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And, next time though, if I know in advance,
Yeah.
I would love to. Believe me, I'd love to stay.
He
an extra
disappears
day.
on a
Okay.
Friday
I
and
like
a
it out
Saturday
here.
night.
It's nice.
Toscano Promotions, okay.
Yeah, I like
okay,
it
I'll let
out-
him know.
yeah.
I'll let him know. Definitely let him know.
That's what is it at the arena in Stockton?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is.
How far is Stockton from Fresno?
We'll
Hour
say
and a
about
half?
about an hour
Not
and a
too
half.
bad.
Yeah,
Hour
close to 2
45.
hours.
Not bad, not bad.
Actually, right after the show Friday, I'm smashing down there to Stockton.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
should go.
yeah,
I would go
yeah.
if I was actually programmed
Well,
to
then
be
you
out
get to
here.
hear this ring announcer, in case
Yeah.
the ring announcer gets a sore throat or something.
About 2 hours.
That's
It's good to know, you know.
Yeah.
So if your ring announcer ever gets a sore throat, call Cole
you're
Escovedo.
announcing. Okay. Are you
Well,
doing?
yeah.
Are you doing?
Yeah, Cole too.
Okay. Are you doing Spanish and English or just English?
Some Spanglish.
Where can I watch it on a stream if I get home? Well, I'll be on the plane.
I'll send you a video. We're gonna
send
run
me a video.
We're doing a documentary on the main event, Blake the
Who is
Beast,
it?
and Blake the Beast. He's a light cruiserweight, and Shally is going to be there, and Shally Hollis, great videographer, and he's putting together a documentary. I'm gonna do the voiceover later, and he in exchange, he's gonna put together a promo video.
Okay.
Actually, KP's gonna be there as well too. So I call it the dream team.
Okay.
When you got 2 videographers,
Good deal.
man, yeah, it's good to come.
Send me the
legit.
video.
Oh, I sure will. Definitely, man.
So I got a fight for Adrian Broner.
Do you? Who is it?
Jose Pochito Alday. That's a fighter that doesn't go to the ground, okay? That's
Okay.
a fighter that, he's got great reflexes. You know, he stays. I've never seen him try to take the fight to the ground. And that's a fight that Broner should take.
Is he like a Frankie Edgar? Likes to stand up and just bang?
He bang, yeah, but he moves also.
Okay.
That's a fight that, Broner's as good. You know, he should see it as a winnable fight.
I'm gonna tag him.
Yeah.
See
If
what
you
happens.
pitch it correctly, every fight can sound like a winnable fight. You just got to pitch it right. Like I said, it's a pitch to him. How is
Well,
he?
I mean, he's a professional athlete.
Yeah.
He likes to challenge himself.
That's what it is. You set it up as a challenge.
Yeah, he
Alday
likes
is
to challenge
135, so that,
Yeah.
that makes sense, right?
Yeah, he likes to challenge himself.
Yeah.
Hey, so real quick, what's Mikey Garcia gonna do? I'm asking you because
I don't know.
he can't make 135 anymore, and he skipped 140 completely, and now is
Put
147.
him in La Jaula. He can fight too.
Oh, he's gonna stay in the ring. He's not
I know.
gonna. Yeah, no, he has
Yeah.
a couple more bouts to
I
win.
get it.
Boo! Everybody has a price.
I just wanted to get your take on it. Well,
Everybody
So
has
if
a
I
price.
offered him $35 million, he wouldn't come.
I mean, you're being generous. I would have said, well, he's
You know-
he's
you
used
know-
boxing
yeah,
money.
as an example.
You know what? As soon as the show's over, I'm gonna drive down to
Well, I'm saying is,
Riverside to make it happen.
Everyone's got a price. So they said, hey, if
Yeah.
we offered you this, would you take an MMA
Yeah,
fight?
it's a point. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
hell
You know
yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
everybody used to ask me, like, would you fight Fedor?
Yeah.
Sure. How many zeros does the check have on? I mean,
Right.
it's just number. At that point, you know you're going to get the shit kicked out of you.
Yeah.
But it's like, at least pay me. What are you going to pay me to get fucked up, you know? Come get beat up. Come be the American that gets beat
Yeah.
up. How much? 10,000? Sold.
Yes.
Oh, did I knock your guy out? My bad.
Yeah.
So just, it's numbers. It's a numbers game, dude. He would take the fight.
Yeah, I'm sure
Costa
he would.
Rica,
Yeah.
give you your own private
He would.
island. It'd be
He
nice.
would. He
Yeah.
would. He has his own promotions company too. He'll find a
Oh.
loophole in there to kind of slide.
Now he
that
can
in
double
there.
dip. Which promotion company has the rights to the videos?
Actually, can you imagine if Combate worked out a deal and said, okay, I want you on site on all my LA fights. I want Robert Garcia.
Yeah,
working
there's
the
a lot of potential
I
there
want
for
Robert
future
Garcia
money.
working the corner.
A lot of
absolutely.
a lot of money there to be made. There's
Oh,
always
there's a lot
money
of
to be
money.
made. Now you see what I mean when I
Alberto
say
Del
so
Rio
much?
said something about he wanted Robert Garcia to train him actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, tell him to head down there.
I don't know his schedule. I mean Robert's schedule.
Okay,
you know,
well,
no.
okay, I'll tell you this. Have.
I don't want him to just barge in.
Show him like, I am here.
Have dude get a hold of me.
Fucking, Three Amigos
I'll make
style.
Oh, you're
contact
gonna
with
see
Robert.
him on Friday anyway.
Okay. Point him out to me.
Just
Point him out
Just
to me, and
walking
I'll
all
get
Three
over
Amigos
Robert.
style.
Yes.
I have arrived.
Yeah, I arrived. Robert
Have
saying,
you?
who's this?
Wait,
He'll
what?
say, just in time, get in the ring.
Right? Hey, you're here. Come on, get in.
Hey, put the gloves on. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, no, but Alberto had said something about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know.
I don't know him though.
I know Cruz has stopped by and wanted to go there. Jose Aldo stopped by as well.
They want to
Hey,
sharpen
man,
your hands. You got to go to the right blacksmith. I mean,
exactly.
that's all there is to it. You want to sharpen your blade, maybe you can't necessarily sharpen that sword there.
Sparring over there, man. No cameras or nothing, but they.
Ooh, no camera sessions?
There's no. I don't even know if you want to call it sparring. They're fighting in there.
How do
They
you
let it
enforce
go.
that? Like, you got to pat people down. Like, no cameras means no cameras, no phones.
Oh no, Robert's definitely in charge. He even told Ali Setback, all right, Ali, turn it off. And Ali is the GOAT. Ali Setback is the GOAT at what he does. And he has a great relationship with Robert. But,
Dude,
there's
just to
certain
be in-
things
just
that
to be
you
in
do.
those
But
rooms.
there's certain things you already know, bro. That's career suicide. You walk into a Hall of Fame gym with your cell phone on and they're sparring.
Yeah, dude,
See you
you're-
later. Bye.
Yeah, that's
No, I'll hold
really-
on to this phone. Yeah.
But dude, just to be in that room of closed sessions with like no cameras, those are the best.
Well, I mean, we were going to interview somebody, right? And we were going to interview somebody before the fight was announced, and he didn't want any cameras or anything because it wasn't officially
They
announced.
didn't announce it yet,
and
stuff.
he didn't trust anybody. He was getting a little paranoid.
Yeah, they get real. We've had that happen before too. We've had people in gyms that's like, why is that person filming the session? They're just hanging out.
Yeah.
The kids' class is over. They should be gone. Like, why are they hanging out filming? And this is way back in the day when he was just in town.
Yeah.
And was training.
Yeah, exactly.
like way back in the day.
I
Like
wanted
way
to ask you a question, Mike. How do you still take it the same way when you see a transition in a fighter? I mean, you're doing business with him, he's smiling, he's laughing, and you know it's fight week. I mean, almost turning into from a man to an animal, man. I mean, there was fight week. I mean, do you know when to back off, or do you know when to like?
When the deep weight cut
never mind.
begins.
Yes.
Yeah, when the closer to weigh-in,
How edgy do they get?
It depends on the fighter. You know, some, handle it very professionally, and I've seen others just lose it. But I can't say anything because I'd probably do the same thing if I was stuck.
What's your biggest memory, man? What's your biggest memory where you said, "Oh man, damn, I shouldn't have asked him that question," or "Hey,
Paul Daly. When we had Strike Force weigh-ins for this was after Zuffa took over, but he was fighting Nick Diaz.
Okay. Oh, Semtex?
And there was a reporter that I think wanted to talk to him. I forgot what it was, and he just stormed off, and he cursed everybody out around him, including me, who he had just had like a friendly conversation with the day before, and the reporter, and it was that was brutal.
Yeah.
So.
Sometimes it's just somebody asks the wrong question.
What sets you off, Cole?
He didn't even get a chance to ask the question. The guy
beat him to the punch?
Well, no, he just cursed everybody out and walked off.
That's interesting.
Wow.
Something must have happened or was said to him
Well, it
before
was
he walked
around
in the
weigh-in
room.
time,
Oh, that's why. He was probably just
that's what you meant,
instantly
right?
over
What
it.
was my
exactly. Exactly.
That probably.
And how do you keep your position? How do you keep your poise? How do you keep your professionalism?
Well, I'm not going to challenge him to a fight.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
But when do you know? Okay, I need to get a message to this guy. So, do you wait? Do you send somebody else in to get that message, or sometimes you just got to go in and say, "Look, man."
Depends on the situation and the
Okay.
time and
Pull one of his camp out or
Because a lot of
something.
people just see you walk around in a tie and think, "Okay, you're just chilling right here."
I don't even wear a tie. I just wear a suit on fight night with no tie.
No, I've seen you.
With no tie.
I've seen you.
Nah, you just pull
No, you
out one of
gotta
their
go in.
camps, the coach, the
Yeah.
teammates come to me like, "Hey,
Yeah.
Mikey, come here, let me talk to you. Hey,
Yeah.
what's up with him, dude? Because I got a room full of people that are here to do interviews, and we're branding him. What's his problem?"
It was a question asked by Mark Davis. So
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Yeah, no,
Teammates
that
are a big
definitely-
asset.
That definitely stands out in my
Yeah.
mind. That was from that was from 8 years ago.
So, how has it changed from when you were with Strike Force and you made that transition yourself to Combate Americas?
In what sense?
If you can bring something from Strike Force to Combate Americas that you haven't already, what is it that you brought, or what else would you like to bring?
From Strike Force to Combate, experience-wise?
Yes, experience-wise.
Oh, well, a lot of relationships just with camps. You know that, so you have a Rolodex full of, so
those are
like when
priceless.
when we're building the cast for the reality show, casting, it's like I reached out to every contact I had that I thought made sense,
Yeah.
and also communication skills that for PR, media relations, you bring your list of your Rolodex from that, but also skills you build like working with television networks. That in itself is very when you're working with a television network, there's a certain there's protocol and a certain way that the
Things have
networks
to be done a
operate that
certain way.
you wouldn't know
You don't
unless,
ask for the money.
Yeah.
It's here's
Right.
what we're offering, kind of things.
Well, that was our media rights deals, but I'm just talking straight up PR and working as a sports property with a television partner, and there's a certain process that
Red tape.
certain process that you have to follow that you wouldn't be used to and wouldn't know unless you've worked with a television network before from the other side, being the sports property. So there's a lot,
No, there is a lot, and I'm glad you had you on the show because I didn't want to just talk about Friday. I wanted to bring some out of you, and I told a lot of people. I said he's actually a big boxing fan.
Yeah,
so I wanted to talk to you about these different
up.
scenarios, these different matchups, and when did you know you were going to be in this profession?
Probably around
Where you said I got no plan B. This is what I'm doing.
probably 2000, 99 maybe, Well, it was more like I just saw it as it wasn't big yet, and I saw it like where I could get involved in something early,
Yeah.
It's like what a lot of people are trying to do with cannabis now.
Yeah.
It's a gold rush,
Yeah,
but
it's a
this
new
was
market.
before the gold rush. This was actually it's not a apples to apples. That's not a good comparison because that wasn't even a gold rush then. It was like nobody was even looking then, but I just saw it as something that could be,
You saw potential for something. You saw something. You're like, I
Yeah.
can see doing something with that. We
Yeah.
can make that something.
Right.
Yeah, and that's all it really takes.
I'm gonna put you on the hot seat, man. If you can add or take to this show, what would you do? This show was yours. What would you do? What would you add to it?
The fighter's voice?
Yes, yes. What would you add to it? What do you suggest, or what would you take, or what would you substitute?
Well, I think adding the live component is huge. So you've already done that. I might add maybe and I can't think of what exactly, but some type of segment that you cut to that maybe shows it's highlights, but with a certain, not just your typical highlights, like something that was maybe whether it was bloopers or just when fighting or
just say segment related.
Yeah, we were one time looking into this, developing this show of funny fights, and it could be any combination of, you see a lot of street fights going viral. I might actually have you as a professional fighter.
Oh, dude, I know
that.
the perfect guy for that, dude. Nam Fam. Holy shit. Dude, I know Nam. Dude, that guy's perfect. He takes dudes that challenge him off the street all the time. It's like, oh, my kung fu coach can beat up any MMA guy. Cool, I got a guy. Will your coach take the fight? Sure. Shows up.
Well, that's a whole nother idea.
Out.
That's a good idea, too. But I'm talking about just taking fights
some
that went
karate
viral
guy
and having you break it down of what they should have done.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
Here's where he fucked up.
Yes.
Like Dukes of Hazzard style.
Leg.
Like it just pauses when he opens his mouth. Yeah, nah, that'd be cool.
What else could you do? I mean,
entertainment, different aspects of entertainment that are within the same genre.
I would have, entertain guests from other forms of entertainment, on the show. I'd be, you'd have to probably.
We branched into that a little bit with some of the musicians.
Yeah, you could have them Skype in or FaceTime in.
Yeah,
okay.
You should do that. As a matter of fact, I want to book your first talent for you. How about that?
Okay,
works,
let's do it.
Works for us.
Let's do it.
Try it.
Works for us. Yeah, I like the idea. It's good. You cross sports.
People that have an
appreciation
appreciation for it.
Yeah. Brings other people that might not have heard it.
There's something for everybody. Because you got to remember, I'm inside looking out a lot. And if I'm going to ask for advice or somebody that's involved in the entertainment business, for one, knowing what people want to hear, what people like, even when people hate to love you, because that actually works. People will tune in. I can't stand this guy, but you're not turning it off. And it's there.
To critique.
It's like that song that you hate,
judge.
but you keep humming it during dinner.
Dude, it's stuck in your head.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's from they want to be able to judge and critique and say, oh, that was stupid. That's right. But at the same time, they're still listening. It's a platform,
It's a little bit of work, a little bit of PR work, a little bit of homework, but it can be done. That's how you raise your level. And we talk about challenging ourselves, not just showing up. Okay, we're going to do this again. I'm open to a whole challenge. I'm open to a whole new segment. I'm open to growing, and you got to be open to that because I do want to grow. We want to grow.
Yeah.
So
you got to keep.
I'm interested to see who he's got in mind when he finally thinks about it. He's like, okay, I already think it's going to be somebody that's like probably not an MMA fighter, probably not even a boxer. You know what I mean? It's like, who can I? Where? What branch are we, how do we cross brand stuff? It's like you could see where his mind works. So I'm interested to see. And I'm not saying it has to be soccer, but when I see the jersey and the sport, it's like you've Combate on jerseys. This guy
connects. Don't be surprised if it's Mike Tyson or something.
No, I'm saying is like
somebody.
I like the way, you can see the way his mind thinks of crossbreeding things,
Exactly.
Really
exactly.
good.
I mean, and we talked about it. You don't need to have your hands wrapped and put a mouthpiece on to be on the show or be a part of the fighter's voice.
Right.
When we say every fighter has a voice, we truly mean it. And we said it before and over again. If you're fighting cancer, fighting leukemia, you're fighting to pay your rent, or you're fighting just to survive and breathe, hey, you're a fighter, man.
That's right.
And you're a great candidate for the show.
Life is a fight.
It is. So
ratings are a fight too.
Yes,
Speaking of ratings, how do they get to go watch your glorious show on Friday? How do they get to be about it?
Let's talk
if they're not going to be able to be there in person.
Oh, how do they watch it? Yeah. Univision.
Okay.
We're live on Univision, and it's simulcast on. It used to be UDN, now it's TUDN because of the merger between Televisa and Univision. So it's Televisa, Univision Deportes Network. Those two are in Spanish, and then DAZN in English.
For the English, okay, cool.
Yes.
So if you're already a DAZN package carrier, then you're already in the
you're a
know.
subscriber,
You're a subscriber.
You're
cool.
good to go. And if they haven't bought their tickets yet, what can they expect come Friday? When the fireworks come, when the music drops, when everybody's parking at the Save Mart Center and they want to be a part of Combate Americas experience.
3 words, mucha más acción. That's what MMA now stands for because of Combate. It's mucha más acción.
I like it.
And also, Mas Chingon. Mas Chingon.
Yes, that's right. Mas
I like
Chingon.
it. It's a new brand of MMA.
Mucha
I
más
like it.
acción.
Yeah, exactly. You heard it. Hey.
Can anybody, for those that are going to be there live, they can look forward to Tito getting in the ring and all, saying anything?
He's going to be signing autographs.
Oh, okay,
He'll be there
cool.
and selling his merch, but selling his punishment. But he'll be signing autographs, taking pictures.
Okay, so you heard it, guys.
Alberto will be there too.
Okay, so when can the Fighter's Voice get an exclusive with him?
There.
That day, tomorrow, when does he
No,
arrive?
that day. He arrives on Friday morning. So
Okay.
that day.
Okay.
Or
We'll
that
do it.
night. That night.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Just
you're the
grab
man
him when
that-
he's got
No,
a free minute
this is
before the
man
event
that's
gets
gonna
going.
make it happen. That's great content because we're going to pick his brain. We're going to make sure he. Well, I mean, he don't got to tell him what to do. He knows how to market himself.
It's going to be a matter of catching him when he's got a minute.
Is McGregor going to sell the fight? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Tito's he's just going to show up. He knows what it is. Once he steps on property, it's showtime. That's all there is to it. Job, clock in time.
He's a bad dude.
And sometimes that involves him walking around, hanging out the booth, selling merch. That's just part of the job
Well,
today.
he's hands-on. I've read some good things about him. He's hands-on, very hands-on. He's done some stuff to help some people back in the day, and he continues to help people.
And
he gives them the time of day.
No, and you should. I mean, because at that point, they've bought a ticket. They're there already. You can't get them to buy a ticket now to come see you. They're there. They bought a ticket.
Yeah.
And he understands that, like, I got to be out there.
Yeah, exactly.
I know it's fight day, but I got to go out. I got to mingle with them. I got to say, hey, thanks for coming out. Pictures, audio. That's smart. You're looking at the picture beyond, oh, you bought a ticket, thanks.
Yeah, exactly, man.
I like it.
So what's Mike going to be doing besides walking around with a headset and making sure everything's
No, I don't put a
legit?
headset on. No. I gotta have my ear.
Oh, okay. So you're good to go.
Yeah.
Good, man.
He gets to actually enjoy the fruits of his labors. He gets to
No,
watch
that's
the
good.
entire.
No,
Yeah,
I've
I'm
watched
gonna
him.
be
I've watched him. He
working,
watches people.
Yeah, the last few fights.
No,
yeah.
he watches people.
Yes.
He's realizing, okay, who's taking selfies, who's not, who belongs here, who
Right.
doesn't. Is he who he says he is? Then why is he doing that? And why is it? No, I.
Why are you staying in here? Why is this floor?
And you know what? And you know what I will say? And there was a God honest truth. He goes, "Hey, where's KP at?" He asked me twice. Remember I told you KP?
Yeah.
And that was just a bad day for KP. I wish I would have saw him sooner. Remember I told you just on the side of the road?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a bad day. Bad day. But you know what? We're here. It's another day. Strapped it back on. We're ready
Friday's
to
Friday.
go. No, I've watched them. And just to let you know, those two individuals who asked me for the picture that one day, I didn't want to go there, man. I didn't. And I just didn't want to go. It was a hired promoter that had hired me to ring, and I was like, come over to get this. I don't do that. I'm serious. I not when you're working.
Yeah, you
'Cause at the end,
slip it in there during the conversation.
I don't
or
even
something.
like when they say, "Hey, can you take a picture of us?" I don't like that scene when you're holding the phone in front of people taking a picture.
It doesn't feel organic.
No,
it looks like it was just like, hey, come over here and stand for the photo real quick.
Yeah, you don't want to, as a press person, you don't want that look. So sometimes I try not to make eye contact until I get to where I need to get. But it's all good, man. I mean, it is what it is.
Eye contact's not a bad thing. Let's know you're in the room.
It's not. But I watch Mike, and he watches people.
Yeah.
And no, he does, and that's his job. You should.
Yeah.
You
Well, yeah,
should.
you gotta know
Are you
where
there for a
everybody is.
press pass and you're eating nachos, or do you got some content? Are you going to send me the pictures because you got someone sitting cage side? If you're getting interviews, where are those interviews at? Are they being posted? Are they likes? Are you tagging me?
Nachos
So
are
at the
okay,
end of it-
but beer is another thing. You've seen that before. Drinking beer on a press row, I'm like, that's bad.
No.
What are you doing?
That's career suicide. Because one, I'd be paranoid, like, who's sending me the beer? Now, afterwards, as the ring announcer, I'll always say, hey, after the fight, they're all gone. They're all gone. And one guy even stuck one underneath my tail. I go, bro, I can't have that there. That's
See,
California's sanctioning body.
That's why I like commentary.
Oh, no.
Color commentary of MMA is the bomb, dude. I've had more beer
That's how we
ringside.
met. That's how we met. Yeah.
I've had more beer and nachos ringside doing like my best impression of Joe Rogan and just trying to make that work. And it's a comfortable environment for me. It's a relaxed environment.
It is.
It really is. Because I can sit ringside and talk fights all day.
I didn't know who he was. True story. I didn't know who Cole was. So
Yeah, it was the first time we'd worked together.
Yeah, and I felt comfortable commentating MMA. Right? I was like, okay, had I known, I probably wouldn't have said shit. I probably wouldn't have said anything. I'd be like, okay.
No,
But I
'cause
didn't,
It's
so I
better
just
that you
kinda-
talk because you not talking causes so much dead
But
space.
I only talk because I didn't know that you're a UFC veteran.
But that makes conversation. It allows two different perspectives.
No,
it's the best,
exactly.
dude.
So I just kept going.
Exactly.
Kept going.
He kept having to apologize for getting up and going to do the announcing. He kept, I'm sorry, I'll be right back.
I was doing
and he would
double
just
duty.
drop the headphones and be like, I gotta go.
I was doing double duty, man. I was cage announcing,
that's
and then I'd have to
hard.
come
Yeah,
put the
that's
headphone
hard.
on.
Yeah.
That,
Nice.
hey, man, ground level is ground
Yeah.
level. I'll
Yeah.
take any gig you can get.
Sure.
I remember when I said the guy's name and it wasn't his nickname, and he wanted to kick my ass.
Yeah. We gave him a nickname, didn't we?
On the fly.
Yeah, I think we gave him a nickname. He did not like it. He did not like it one bit.
Like it, and I was thinking.
I purposely forgot it just because.
I was thinking this too. I gave him this nickname. He didn't like it. Cole goes, "Oh, I like that. That was great, right?" And you can hear him commentating. And I'm sitting down. I said, "Dude, he didn't like it." So I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. Mike, okay, I'm gonna make up for it because he's gonna win. I'm gonna say it the right way while he got knocked out. So I didn't even get. And I'm staying away from this guy because he actually went crazy after he lost because they stopped it.
Yeah, they stopped it early in his eyes.
And they had to tell him to behave.
Yeah, he was super mad. He was big mad.
Anyways, that's a whole different story that we'll share, man. Anything else you want to leave, man, for the viewers and the fans?
No, just come out Friday. Watch the show live or on TV. We want to see you there. It's going to be a night of mucha más acción. Remember that.
There you go.
The new MMA. No, that's it. I got things in the wings. That's about the best thing I can tell you right now. Trains are in motion. Plans are moving.
Good. That's good stuff.
I'll be able to announce some fun stuff first. People aren't going to like it, but it is what it is.
No, you ain't going nowhere. So
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay,
but
good,
I'm just talking about people. Some people aren't going to like it. That's all.
Man. Okay. Well, they'll get used to it. Hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. The Fighter's Voice, the ultimate choice. We're simply knocking out the competition. I want to thank our guest. He keeps looking at his watch because I know he needs to eat dinner. He took time out of his busy schedule. He actually came here from the airport itself. Mr. Mike Afromowitz, man. He shared his joy, his love, his passion with everybody, and we got to pull a piece out of him inside of his corazon and share it with the viewers and the fans. I'll be giving out 2 tickets. I'm going to be picking out winners because these questions are the questionnaires keep coming and coming and coming. LeVar Johnson, we got you and another guest. We're going to get you some tickets for Combate Americas this Friday. Toscano Promotions, I did my best. I invited him with a VIP table. He did say that he would entertain the thought of making the next one once he knows ahead of time, and he loves being married, not buried. Hey, as always, I dedicate the show to my son Richie. As always, thumbs up for Richie, and it's a wrap.
Remember, it's always voiceography at its finest. So on behalf of Richard Ortiz, Cole Escovedo, the special guests, and all the crew right here at the Kick-Ass Podcast, saying hasta luego, babies. And always, thanks for listening.